Bam pam para baram pam pararan tequila. Pam pam pararan tan tarararan tan 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 tequila. Tan tan tararan tan tarararan tan tararan. Tan tan tararan tan tarararan tan tan tan. Ubu 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 tan tan tararan tan tarararan tan tararan. Yo quiero dinero tan tan tararan tan tarararan tan tararan. Hey, welcome to Boomer vs. X. Come one, come all. Please like, share, and subscribe. You wanted the best. Now we are gonna give you the best. Hello, Boomer.
Hey, so I'm the best. This is all you get. Share, like, and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I need the halftime show of subscribers.
We would like to thank Mark L.
Mark L. Oh, Jesus, we got a subscriber? Way to go, Mark L.
Thanks, Mark. I'd also like to thank Chris Cologne.
Chris Cologne. Ooh, okay.
And we're going to end it off with Jim Barta. Thank you, Jim. We really appreciate it. Jim.
Barta.
Jim.
He's Italian.
Yeah.
He could be Puerto Rican.
Could be Puerto Rican. We don't know. That would be okay.
Yes. I think.
We love all people.
Yeah.
All
as long as you're
people.
subscribers, we love you. If you don't
Yes.
subscribe, well, I don't know.
Yes, yes. All right, man. Let's talk about the halftime show. You want to talk about the halftime show?
Can you
You're
do it in
Puerto
English?
Rican.
Can we talk about the halftime show in English? Because I don't know
No
what that
puedo.
was.
No puedo, muchacho. No puedo. No can duo.
Oh man, that was a hard watch, man. That was like,
You
wow.
watched it?
Yeah, I had to. You know, everybody was talking about it, and I couldn't understand him. You're speaking English? I mean, Spanish? You're speaking Spanish, right? This is.
Well, you understand Spanish, don't you?
Yeah, but it's that Caribbean accent, like I've told you before, that it's very hard to understand. Dominicans, Venezuelans, you can pick out a Venezuelan here any time in a week because
Yeah.
it's got that hard Caribbean accent. And Puerto Ricans, and he was just kind of like droning that Caribbean accent. I couldn't even get it.
Right, right.
I don't think he was singing. He was just like, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't even watch the Turning Point USA halftime show. It made me sad because they had clips of Charlie Kirk and I just couldn't. I don't know, man. That really sucked when Charlie was murdered.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Yeah, it just
they
left
knew
a big-
they knew who to take out and where to hit us. They knew exactly where to hit us.
You know, you have the conspiracy aspect. A lot of people don't think that this kid, Tyler Robinson, was the shooter or he was the shooter, but there's a broader spectrum happening. You say they knew who to take out, but sometimes I just think, wasn't this just some freaky dopey kid that shot him? You say all the time.
Whether it's a freaky dopey kid that shot him by happenstance, he took a very important piece of the puzzle out. Conspiracy, aliens, whatever, they took a very important piece of our puzzle, of our foundation, the modern foundation, out.
A lot of people say that Charlie Kirk would have been the president.
He would have made a great president. He would have made a fantastic president. Yes. And he's had a woman.
Right, that's right. You say all the time, we laugh at these people, but you can't because they'll shoot you.
They're not joking around. Their actions, they look like little children and they act like little dweebs and all that. But their end goal is to annihilate you, subvert you, subjugate you, control you by force if necessary. That's what these dweebs, these geeks, these soy boys as they're called nowadays, that's their end game.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
They're the brat that's breaking all your toys. He's funny, but he broke all your freaking toys.
Well, the scary thing is that you have a variation of these types. You have the ones that are sane, that know what they're doing, that are making the Kool-Aid. Then you have the ones that have been brainwashed, like the white liberal woman, the the college kid.
Yeah.
And then you have the mentally ill. You
Yeah.
have the kid dressed up as a male, dressed up as a female. You have the female dressed up as a male. You have the Antifa guy that's got that crazy sparkle in his eyes. So you have a whole multitude of a demographic that is just off their rocker. By the way, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that alert button, especially if you're off your rocker. We take all. Yeah, man. So let's take a look at this halftime show. We're not going to be able to play the sound because Disney will crucify us.
Yeah, or somebody.
But we'll do our best. Oh, my goodness. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a little bit of Desi Arnaz.
But Desi Arnaz was Cuban. He wasn't Puerto Rican.
Desi Arnaz was talented. He could sing. He could dance. And he wouldn't grind on a pole? He wouldn't grind on another dude?
No. They say Bad Bunny is this international superstar. He's known all over the world. I've never heard of him until now. And when I saw of him on the Super Bowl, I wasn't impressed. And I looked up some of his songs. It lacks imagination. It lacks musical cohesiveness. It lacks musical production.
He
can't sing. Ricky Martin was in this show. He could sing. I could actually understand his Spanish better than this guy.
I've heard this guy sing, and he sounds absolutely awful.
He drones.
Well, and the other thing is, it's Latin dance music. I mean, we're in America.
Yeah, Latin dance music gets monotonous after a while. It's like rap music. It got monotonous after a while. Samba is a samba, but reggaeton is reggaeton.
Right. I wanted to point out there were a lot of things in this halftime show. I didn't watch it, but I've seen a bunch of clips. There's a lot of things in this halftime show that just infuriate me on a day-to-day basis. Like right here, you see a fruit stand. When I was a kid in my neighborhood, you didn't have these things everywhere. They were confined to downtown LA. You go to a concert at the Wiltern, you'll have some lady selling nasty shit that smells like a dead body, and people are buying it. White liberals are just fucking buying it. But nowadays, I go outside of my house, and what Gavin Newsom did in order to employ all the illegal aliens that Biden let in, he got rid of the permit. So now if you want to sell food on the streets, you don't need a permit. You just show up and you start selling food. And this irritated me, seeing this fruit stand.
What has to happen is Robert Kennedy or whoever's in charge of the Food and Drug Administration or Health and Human Services, whoever regulates food in this country needs to pass legislation. Trump needs to go to those guys and pass universal, statewide, nationwide requirements, cleanliness requirements, sanitation requirements, refrigeration requirements, nationwide, because these Democratic governors will do what just Gavin Newsom just did. You don't need any refrigeration. You need to have temperature control. You don't have to rodent control, sanitation. You don't need to clean water. You don't need none of that. None of it. And you can see the meat hanging there with the flies. I'm not kidding you. With a bucket of water. They wash their hands, and the food in that bucket of water that's just there because they got no pipes. But that's what Gavin Newsom and the Democratic Party has done. Made us into a third world filthy ass country. And I guess that's Puerto Rico? That's Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I walk outside and I go to the market and I see cart after cart after cart. And you look, one guy is cutting his nails and it just looks like Tijuana. It looks like TJ. All right, so now he's dancing by the cart. I guess you got a bunch of minorities playing dominoes or something.
Yeah.
You have the yappy Latinas getting their nails done. You have the thick Latinas, because we all love thick Latinas.
Mm-hmm.
Now look, another food cart. He's getting his little drink. Oh, it's so, look at, oh my God, another taco cart. I mean, oh my God. Then you have the Latin Hispanic boxers.
Yeah.
What is this? He's buying a watch? This is nuts. This isn't American. I like rock and roll. Maybe Whitney Houston singing the Star Spangled Banner. I remember there was a band, I think their name is Creed, and they had a bald guy dressed as an angel, and they were making them fly around the stadium with ropes. I mean, it's not my type of music, but it was entertaining. It was in English. It was rock and roll. I look back on that today, and I just laugh and remember how entertained I was.
Well, because rock and roll is is a part of an American invention of music. Blues, jazz, hillbilly country music combined to make rock and roll. This reggaeton and samba music is not American. It doesn't have any historical connection to us as a nation, as a people.
And am I wrong? I mean, isn't he doing all of the Latin stereotype? Is that cool?
That's Puerto Rico. He's not a Latin. He's not a Hispanic. He's a Puerto Rican. He's not Mexican. I don't understand him. I don't connect with him. I don't have anything in common with him because he's Puerto Rican. I'm Southwestern Mexican. We are not the same.
Well, here's the thing. My nationality, my dad was Mexican, my mother was Mexican, my father was born in Clearwater, Texas, my mother was born in Chihuahua, Mexico. I was born in America. I don't even see myself as Mexican. I see myself as American. I don't relate to Mexican people.
And do Puerto Ricans consider themselves American? They're American because they're in American territory. But he is telling me, I am not an American. I am Puerto Rican. I am different.
Wait
a
minute.
I am not you.
Let me push back. Well, am I pushing back? Puerto Ricans have always wanted their sovereignty, haven't they?
Yes, there's been a violent separatist movement, independence movement of Puerto Ricans that goes back, has a long, long history.
All right, well, let's take a break from this copyrighted halftime show and take a look at some American Puerto Rican history. What do you say, Boomer?
All right, let's go for it.
Let's go for it? You got nothing better to do, huh?
Waiting for my pills.
You need to stop dropping that change on the ground when she comes in.
I'm waiting for her to burn her bra to protest.
Okay, here we have Harry S. Truman. You remember him?
Yeah, I wasn't alive when he was. I was born that long ago.
You were born that long ago. Okay,
Yeah.
All right. Let's check. Let's give this a whirl.
A sitting president. Thankfully, it failed. On this day in history, November 1st, 1950, President Truman escaped an assassination attempt at the Blair House in Washington, D.C. It was the fall of 1950, and the White House was undergoing its first renovation since it had been rebuilt after the British burned it down in the War of 1812. President Truman...
So Trump wasn't the only guy that wanted to renovate the White House, is he?
No, they've been renovated to the White House since the beginning. And then it burned down? Of course they have to renovate it.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
Goddamn Brits.
President Truman and his family were living close by in the Blair House, a residence on Pennsylvania Avenue that President Teddy Roosevelt had purchased in 1942 as official diplomatic housing. On the afternoon of November 1st, Truman and his wife were upstairs when they heard commotion and eventually gunshots coming from the front of the house. Hopeful assassins Griziello Torresola and Oscar Collazo had waltzed up to the front door of the Blair House and opened fire. Due to the quick reaction of the Secret Service and police officers guarding the residence, the pair never made it inside. Griziello Torresola and Agent Leslie Caulfield of the Secret Service were both killed in the gunfight, with Caulfield dealing the fatal blow to Torresola. Collazo was arrested and later questioned about his motives. He revealed how poorly planned the assassination attempt on President Truman was. Neither he nor Torresola was even sure that the president would be at Blair House at 2 p.m. that afternoon. Torresola and
They didn't even know if he was going to be there. Yo no sé.
But they were
Collazo were members of the Independistas. And
What's that?
They were Independentistas.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans.
extremist political activist group fighting for Puerto Rico's complete independence from the United States. Despite President Truman's support for Puerto Rico's autonomy, Torresola and Collazo targeted him because of his status as president. Truman kept the rest of his schedule for the day, noting that a president had to expect these things. Collazo was later sentenced to death in his trial, but in 1952, President Truman, in an act of forgiveness, commuted his sentence to life imprisonment. 27 years later, in 1979, President Jimmy Carter further commuted his sentence to time served, and Collazo was paroled and returned to Puerto Rico, where he would live the rest of his life and die of a
I don't like Jimmy Carter. I mean, the guy tried to murder the president and you let him out.
He was a very weak president. Carter was a very weak president. Yeah, he was a horrible president. I lived through that. Now, I lived through the Carter presidency, and it was awful. It was god-awful.
He was a national spokesman for sweaters.
Yeah, because there was an energy crisis. And you know what the son of a bitch did? Because nobody could afford heating oil in the East, and there was an energy crisis, and heat was a commodity, a luxury. So you know what this guy Carter did? Wear a sweater. I've got my sweater in the White House. You guys need to, you're cold? Just wear a sweater. That was his answer. Wear a sweater because you're cold. You're freezing to death. Great.
So that was the first assassination attempt on an American president by the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Well, there was another one. Let's take a look.
Capitol in 1954 wearing red lipstick and carrying a Puerto Rican flag. She fired 30 shots. Then she said, "I did not come to kill. I came to die for Puerto Rico." March 1st, 1954. The U.S. House of Representatives was in session. Lolita Lebron and 3 other Puerto Rican nationalists entered the gallery. She unfurled a Puerto Rican flag. She shouted, "Que viva Puerto Rico Libre! Long live a free Puerto Rico." Then she opened fire. 30 shots. 5 congressmen were wounded. None died. That was intentional. Lolita aimed at the ceiling. She didn't come to kill anyone. She came to make the world pay attention to Puerto Rico's colonial status. The U.S.
Disgraceful.
been bombing BVX, sterilizing women, suppressing independence movements, and no one was listening. So she made them listen. She was arrested immediately, sentenced to 56 years in federal prison. She served 25. In prison, she refused to speak English. She wrote poetry. She never apologized. When President Jimmy Carter released her in 1979, 10,000 Puerto Ricans welcomed her home. They called her a hero, a freedom fighter, a patriot. The U.S. called her a terrorist. Puerto Rico called her a revolutionary. She died in 2010 at 90 years old, still unapologetic, still fighting.
Why does Jimmy Carter keep letting these guys out?
I don't know. You go tell him he's dead now. Finally,
Oh,
he's been dead. He was dying for 30 years.
Yeah, that guy had some genes, huh?
Yeah.
You couldn't. He was like the Terminator.
Well, he wouldn't die. Is his wife still alive? I think
dun.
his wife is still alive. I think.
I don't know. No, she died first.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But who are Puerto Ricans? Who are you?
Yeah.
What do you want? What is your identity? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be independent? Do you want to be part of the United States? Are you American? Are you not American? Or are you just American when it's convenient for you?
Go. Who are you?
Who are you? I don't know.
Who?
And just like they don't know who they are, what was that show? What was it? It's confusing.
Yeah.
Are you
They're not
doing an
aliens.
American show, or are you doing a Puerto Rican show?
Well, I think he was doing a Puerto Rican show.
He was doing a Puerto Rican show. That's not American.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Even as a Mexican American, I don't relate. Mexicans are different than El Salvadorans. People don't understand that. We hate each other. Guatemalans hate El Salvadorans, hate Mexicans, true Mexicans. The true Mexicans down in Mexico, they can't stand Guatemalans.
Yeah, and Mexicans don't like El Salvadorians.
I've got nothing in common with Cubans and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. Jennifer Lopez is Puerto Rican. Woohoo, Latin. No, I don't give a crap about Jennifer Lopez because she's Puerto Rican. The hell do I care? I don't give a shit. They come from the Taino tribe. We come from the Aztecs. They're two different societies.
Yeah.
They don't even speak the same Spanish dialect that I do. I can't understand them. Coño, noini, pititi, papi. What the fuck is that?
All right, calm down, man. Calm down. We got a show to do. Relax. All right, let's take a look at this halftime show again. This is a clip I saw that grossed me out. All right, so now you have two dudes.
That's Puerto Rico.
Grinding on each other. Let's watch that again. He's on a truck. He's dancing. They got a pickup truck, and they're doing their thing.
That's another thing I've never fully understood or embraced about the Caribbean people. Their lack of discipline, their lack of decorum, their total embracing of debauchery and partying. They will dance in the streets at the drop of a freaking hat. You snap your fingers and they're dancing and grinding on the street in front of the people, in front of 5-year-olds. That I've never understood about the Brazilians and their Mardi Gras festivals. Everybody's having sex on the beach. I've never understood. To me, it's a lack of self-control, a lack of self-discipline, and I've never gotten it. There's parades in New York City from Trinidad and Tobago, whatever, Haitian, and they're all naked.
Right.
All the women are naked, walking down the street, shaking, and that's supposed to be pride? It's like a gay pride parade.
Yeah, so, again, you got these dudes grinding.
And
is that American?
That's not American, and that's not Hispanic, Latino, Catholic culture. That is not. We're very conservative. Do that in private. Do that inside the truck. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it as an American. I don't want to see it as a straight man. If I were gay, I wouldn't want to see it. I mean, that's kind of like a private thing with whoever you're involved with.
And even the men and the women grinding, that's not part of a Mexican culture.
Well,
we're
this
very shy, conservative.
This is a show for people.
For children.
Yes. This is a show
Families.
for Families, thank you. That's all I'm saying. Whether you're two dudes, a dude and a woman, this isn't appropriate. Call me crazy. Call me a stick in the mud.
So what he's telling me is that Puerto Ricans are debauched, debased people who don't
Debaser.
consider the family, the children watching at all. You guys have sex right at the drop of a hat in front of everybody. Is that what you're trying to tell me that Puerto Rico is? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, what are these mariachis? What is this?
Puerto Rico doesn't have mariachis. That's a Mexican invention.
Yeah, so what is this?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. This is all foreign to me. This is an American trying to figure this out. And then you have Lady Gaga comes out.
Yeah.
Because they need their fellow Hollywood support.
Yeah.
And so she comes out to get the numbers up. That's virtue signaling support right here. Ugh, this doesn't seem American to me. Football is tough. Football is a man's sport. It's rough, it's gruff, it's gladiators. This doesn't correlate with machismo, with toughness to me.
Because
It does.
football is an American invention. It's not a Mexican invention. It's not a European invention. It's not
Yeah,
a
but
Puerto
take
Rican invention.
yeah,
It's
but
an
take
American
the
invention.
yeah, but take the country aspect out of it. The football is a tough, rough, manly sport, and none of this is manly.
And what did Puerto Rican and Latin people embrace? Soccer. That's not a manly sport. It's a tough sport. You got to have the stamina to go up and down the field for 90 minutes, but it's not necessarily somebody coming at you at a speed 20 miles an hour and crashing into you and trying to kill, knock your head off. It's not the same thing.
Look, I wouldn't, if I was a big into soccer, football, I wouldn't want to see this of that halftime show either. I mean, soccer it's tough. It's manly. And nothing about that halftime show was tough and manly.
It was a signaling to me that this is a Puerto Rican show. It's a show about Puerto Rican culture. It's in Spanish, and this is what Puerto Ricans are like. We eat dirty food from dirty street vendors. We are debauched. We dance all day long, dance and sing all day long. We don't speak Mexican Spanish dialect, and when we don't like the United States because the flag he was wandering was a separatist flag, Puerto Rican flag. An independence flag. I'm not going to speak in English because I don't like you. That's what I got. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't like you.
Well, you got no America is what happened. You got zero America.
And what does that tell you? You are in the host country. You are entertaining the host people, and you do nothing to acknowledge the host. What does that tell me?
Imagine if there's a big football game. By football, I mean soccer in Puerto Rico. And for the show, you have country western music. You have...
You've got white blonde people... blue-eyed, white, blonde people skiing and, doing whatever, American.
You've got rock and roll music. The band is playing their music, and they put the camera out on the field, and you have people eating cotton candy and cheeseburgers and french fries. I bet you they would be looking at that going, what is this?
That's another thing. Have you ever had Puerto Rican cuisine?
No.
I've never had Puerto Rican cuisine, and it's all about plantains and bananas and rice and God knows what else. I've never cooked a banana like that, but to them that's normal. That's their meal. Even the cuisine is different. The cuisine is different. The dialect is different. The slang is different. The culture is different. Everything is different. I don't know these guys. It's a whole nother
country. It's a whole nother country. It's not America. It's Puerto Rico. Let's take a look at this.
And even when we were doing the rock shows, they always say, "Hey, Cleveland, good night, Cleveland. Hey, Toronto, hey, London." They acknowledge the people there.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that here.
Nothing.
All right, so let's get into the flags because you mentioned the flags. Okay, there's an American flag, but it should only be an American flag.
Yes, exactly. This isn't the Olympics. This isn't the United Nations. This is the United States.
It's not the Olympics. This is a Super Bowl. I don't see any Americans marching with them. I just see Puerto Ricans.
He said, God bless America. God bless Argentina. God bless Colombia. God bless blah, blah, blah. God bless all of Latin America. This is America. No, it's not. It's North and South America. They're two different territories with different countries, but they're not the United States. States of America. Every country he just mentioned has borders, has its own customs, has its own cuisine, has its own laws.
If I were to go to any one of those countries, can I just go over there and stay for good indefinitely?
No.
Wait, what do you mean? I can't?
Because every country, every flag is a sovereign flag. But
So you're
he's
telling-
like, oh, this is inclusive. And
You're
come to
telling me-
America.
So you're telling me if I picked one of those flags and said that country right there, I'm going to go to that country and I am going to establish permanent residency and I'm not
Good
going to
luck.
get a green card. You're telling me they're going to deport me?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. They've got borders. They've got border guards that shoot to kill in those countries. They don't have due process in those countries.
Yeah. Well, let's watch a little more. So this is it. This is the end of the show, and he spikes the ball. My goodness.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this was the most un-American Super Bowl of all time.
The most disrespectful Super Bowl halftime. And who paid him? Who put him up? Roger Goodell and the American National Football League. What are you trying to tell me? What is your end game? What is your goal? What is your agenda, Mr. Roger Goodell and the American National Football League? What are you trying to tell me? That I'm being replaced? Is this a replacement? You're replacing me with those people? You don't like the American consumer anymore? You don't like my American cash? Then you know what? Congress, I'm going to tell Congress, I'm going to tell any congressman or Donald Trump who's listening to me, take away their freaking copyrights to their merchandise, take away their trademarks to their goods, to their films, to their TV show. Take it all away. Take it away. You disrespect the fucking country that made you rich like this. You don't deserve the copyrights. I'm taking them away, and you don't deserve your trademarks. You're gone. Now see what you do.
So I wonder what his motivation is. Is it just money? And another thing, stop watching football. Look what they did to you. They took away your halftime show. That's what they gave you. Stop buying tickets to this shit. Stop watching it. You don't have to watch it. I didn't watch it. I watch the UFC. That's the only sport I'm into. And if they had this woke DEI stuff, I wouldn't watch. It would be as simple as that. I just wouldn't watch it.
We love our sports. We, especially as men, we love to see combat. It's an American institution. It's an American sport. Basketball, baseball. Men love sports, and it's hard not to watch it. It's hard.
I'm not saying it's easy, but look what they're doing to you. Look at basketball. Look at how woke basketball got. Look at the heinous, nefarious shit that LeBron was saying in 2020 while the summer of love was raging on.
And I bet you the ratings for basketball and have all gone down. I don't know if they've ever recovered once they started kneeling for the national anthem and disrespecting the flag and all that shit. I don't think it's gone back up. I don't know. I could be wrong.
So here is footage of the Super Bowl during the Bad Bunny halftime show, and you can see the audience doesn't really know what to do. So you have one girl dancing, and everybody's just kind of standing there. Look at that. You're going to pay for that. You're going to give them your money. It's like Latin women and white liberal women dancing.
Yeah, women, always women.
Always women.
Good God.
Always women. And the dudes are just like standing there. And then if you contrast that with the TPUSA halftime show, there's a big difference. Look at the audience. They're happy. You've got an American flag in the audience. Everybody has their hand up, the lighters, the cell phones. That looks American. That looks like a good time. I would give them my money. They look like they're having way more fun.
Because why are we not entitled and supposed to have an American celebration on American soil of an American sporting event? It doesn't make any, and doesn't, why, if this was done in Puerto Rico or Spain or Egypt, you're going to have Egyptian parties, you're going to have Spanish parties, you're going to have British parties according to their customs, celebrating their way of life. Why come we can't do the same thing here? Why is this racist?
I mean, look at that.
Why is that racist? They've got the American flag. They're celebrating their culture, their heritage, their sport. Why is that racist? Tell me.
Well, because the label of racist is a weapon. It's a weapon used to shut you down. The moment you push back, you're racist.
Because I didn't celebrate a Puerto Rican event, I'm a bigot? Who was dancing? Puerto Ricans were dancing. Because it was about them. They understood it. It was about their culture. They connected. I bet you they were dancing in the streets of Puerto Rico and having sex, grinding. That's what they do.
And at one point, while the two halftime shows, the Turning Point USA halftime show and the Super Bowl halftime show, were both competing, at one point, the numbers were almost at 20 million for the Turning Point USA show. I mean, that's amazing. Hey, Goodell, you've got problems. People are pushing back. They don't want to see that. You lost 20 million viewers.
They don't care. Disney doesn't care. Hollywood doesn't care. Goodell doesn't care until you take away their freaking copyrights and trademarks and they lose all the money. They lose it all. Then they're going to care. Right now, they don't give a crap. Because they've got the copyright forever. They've got the trademark forever. They're going to sell jerseys, shoes. They're going to get the TV contracts forever. Take it all away.
Look what Disney did. Disney murdered Star Wars. They molested it, they raped it, and then they took a piss on it as it laid there dead. And they didn't, and they lost a bunch of viewership. Nobody watches the shit anymore, and they don't care. They are more concerned with their political objective.
As long as they've got a stranglehold on that copyright and they can squeeze one penny out of that copyright, they don't freaking care. But take it away? How come we had to mute this? Because Hollywood, the music business, was going to copyright us and take us into God knows bankruptcy, God knows what. Take it away. There's no reason to mute that stuff. Why? Why are we so afraid of Hollywood? Why is Hollywood instilling so much fear in the American public? Because you play a goddamn Christmas song and they're gonna take your house?
And listen, Paul McCartney, if you're out there watching, nobody knows who you are anymore. Nobody knows who John Lennon is anymore. There are people that don't know who Michael Jackson is. Why? Because we can't show them. We can't have shows about John Lennon and what a genius he was. We can't have shows about Paul McCartney and what an unstoppable musical force he was. So what's happening is people are forgetting you because they've gotten so greedy that they're willing to cut their nose off to spite their face.
People are forgetting their American history. People are forgetting their American culture. People are forgetting their American identity. Why? Because we can't tell those stories.
Yeah.
Hollywood is preventing all of us from telling the American story.
And it's weird because eventually this is going to be to their own detriment.
They don't care, Arthur.
Well, they don't care because they'll be dead. By the time that happens, they'll be retired or long gone. Yeah.
Yeah, Roger Goodell, what are you up to? What do you wish to accomplish? What do you see as the future? An international audience? That? And not us? I don't know.
I don't even think a global audience. It's like you said, he doesn't care. I don't even think it's that. I think he's a gazillionaire. I think he's placating to the wokesters, and that's it. He's going to make $1 billion, and then he'll be dead, and that's it.
Bad Bunny and all the Puerto Ricans were so proud of the Puerto Rican culture, and send the Somalis over there. Send all those Somalis, tens of thousands of Somalis and Muslims to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Are they going to take them? Are they going to take the mosques? Because they build hundreds of mosques. Would they? The Somali culture and the Puerto Rican culture?
No.
Oh, the Muslim culture, the mosques, the Catholic versus the Catholic? Yeah. Go ahead. Take all the fucking Muslims. Integrate them into your Puerto Rican culture. How you react. And you want us to react openly when you come into American culture? You want it embracing? But you won't. The minute somebody tries to change your culture, I bet you're going to react a different way.
No, rules for thee, not for me. Well, this was interesting. Bad Bunny delivers unifying Super Bowl halftime show.
That's funny. That's a European channel.
There was nothing unifying about it.
No, there wasn't.
What did you make of it in the end? Well, look, there was a lot of expectation, and some people may have come away saying, well, he didn't really go overboard with the political message. But when you look closely at his performance, you see that everything from the choice of song, the imagery, the details, the costumes, everything was a political statement, starting with the choice of the Puerto Rican flag. It was not the official Puerto Rican flag. The yellow triangle is actually a light blue shade as opposed to the dark blue. And that is the color of the independence movement for Puerto Rico. So that in itself was already a big political statement. Then you had the whole segment of Bad Bunny dancing with his dancers atop electric poles, some of them exploding. That was a clear reference to the situation in Puerto Rico and the long-running problems with its infrastructure and its electric grid, especially since Hurricane Maria hit back in 2017. And that has caused a lot of political upheaval back in Puerto Rico. But there were plenty of symbolic
Maria, Maria.
I want to live in America. I want to live in America.
To live in America. Ra-ta-ta-tan-da-da-dan-tan-tan. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
That's a Puerto Rican story. West Side Story. That's a story about Puerto Ricans.
You know,
The
I like
Sharks
that
and the
movie.
Jets, or whatever they were called.
Boy, pretty boy. Ah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, man, now that is good. I don't, real men don't like musicals,
No, I don't.
but I like that one.
Oh, you do? Oh, because
What's the other one?
Oh,
What's the other good musical?
Oh, I don't know.
The one with the Nazis, where she twirls around.
Springtime for his
Yes,
love.
yeah, that was good. That one was a good one.
That was hilarious, man. That was hilarious. Mel Brooks, man. But the hurricane hit in Trump's first presidency. I remember it.
Yeah.
And he got into fights with Puerto Rico because Puerto Ricans are one of the most corrupt governments in all the freaking country. They steal. You think Somali fraud is bad? Nick Shirley, your next assignment, go to Puerto Rico. Oh,
No, don't go to
boy.
Puerto Rico, Nick Shirley. Don't go to Puerto Rico.
Oh, you're
Hey, they
going to
could-
uncover fraud? Woo.
Yeah, you want to keep going with this?
Yeah, go for it.
moments, and some that maybe more Americans could actually understand. One was when Bad Bunny handed over his Grammy trophy that he won just about a week ago to this young boy who was watching him get that Grammy on TV. Now, this was a symbol of you need to follow your dreams. You can do everything. But it was also for many a reference to Liam Conejo Ramos. He's that
So corny, man. So cringe. Look, that little boy, his dad, ICE showed up and his dad left him. I couldn't imagine a scenario where I would have abandoned my 4-year-old daughter.
Can you imagine that? Running away from your own kid? Boom! I'm out of here,
Running
buddy.
away. Where's the kid?
Yeah.
I-
Oh, he's back there. He's back there. Miguel over there.
Yeah,
Go get
I
him
don't
over
know. I had to go. I had to
Yeah, I
run.
gotta go.
At the very least, I would have grabbed him and I would have ran with him like a football.
You notice how,
this guy just left his ass.
but you notice how Bad Bunny says ICE out, but no, I'm going to take all the criminals to Puerto Rico with me. Bring them over here. Bring all the people ICE is deporting to Puerto Rico. He didn't say that. He said ICE out, ICE out. Well, why? Because he wants to be part of the club. He doesn't mean shit. He doesn't mean what he doesn't walk the walk and talk the talk. Bullshit.
5-year-old child who just a few weeks ago was arrested by ICE and became sort of a symbol of the violence.
He wasn't arrested. They what do you want, ICE to just leave him there? They're not going to just leave a 5-year-old kid. They had to make sure the kid was okay. They act like they threw this 5-year-old up against the wall and handcuffed him.
It's part of the story. The stories that they tell. They tell very good stories. The 5-year-old is arrested and put in handcuffs. No, he wasn't. But they tell a very good tale, don't they? They're masters at it.
Yeah, but who believes that shit? White liberal women.
A lot of people believe it. My family believes it. Your family believes it. Republicans, conservatives, we don't tell any stories. We just sit here. Oh, with a thumb up our ass.
Well, listen, no, we tell them, well, no, that didn't happen, but they just don't want to listen because they drank the Kool-Aid. I mean, what can we do?
I told you last night, where is Trump? Trump should be out in the campaign trail, out stumping, out doing his speeches, giving the same story over and over again every day. Where is he?
Yeah,
the
but
midterms are coming up. Where the hell is he
Yeah,
and
but
Vance and all the other guys?
Yeah, but
Go
that's
campaign.
Yeah, but that's something different.
No, that is telling the
Yes.
narrative of our side of the story. You got to
No.
pound it into people's heads
That's
by
something
campaigning.
Yeah, that's something different. That's about campaigning. I'm talking about these outlandish stories about a 5-year-old being, thrown up against the wall and handcuffed.
Well, that's how you negate their stories. Where our stories, and they're not out there.
Well, what I'm telling you is when they go off on these crazy stories, the only thing we can really do is just say, well, that's not actually true. This is what actually happened. But they've drank the Kool-Aid. They just don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it because, no, this is a story my side has told me, and I hate Trump.
Of the anti-immigration crackdown in the United States. Really, the whole performance was sort of a love letter to Latino culture, but also to immigrants.
Is that Latino culture?
That's not my culture. That's not my American culture or my Mexican heritage culture. It's not my culture. It's not Latino culture. I don't know who a Puerto Rican is. I don't really am around them. Every time I go to New York, maybe I'm around Puerto Ricans, but they don't represent me. They just don't.
Right.
In the United States, combined with a sort of message of unity. And that was really the grand finale there, with all those flags coming out and Bad Bunny saying, "God bless America," some of the only words he spoke in English, before listing all of the countries of the continent of America. So reclaiming the word America to mean the whole continent and not just the United States. And that football that he's holding, the message on that football was, "Together we are America," meaning we all belong here, all the immigrants from all.
Yeah. You don't belong here if you're not legal.
Yeah. Go to Puerto Rico. Don't come to the United States. Go live in Bad Bunny's house in Puerto Rico. Go do that. Go live in Billie Eilish's house. Go live in Bad Bunny's house in Puerto Rico. See if he'll take you in. See if he doesn't have armed guards around his house. He's crazy. He's just stupid. He's a fake hypocrite. That's what he is.
Let's take a look at Geraldo Rivera.
This genius.
And Chris Cuomo.
Oh, 2 geniuses. Oh, my God. 2 for the price of 1.
Tough guy Chris Cuomo.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll fight you. I'll fight you. You want to fight?
Mm-hmm. Only if you're 80 years old.
God, there's nothing wrong with any of this. I think this is just the market doing what the market does. And I've just never been so overwhelmed with people so great.
So
and a lot of people
look at these. These, of course, are preliminary numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you got 20 million on YouTube. You've got 3.7 on Charlie Kirk's channel on YouTube. 2.3 million on Mango News. You have 2.25 million on Rumble. 190,000 on Charlie Kirk's Rumble. I mean, that's a lot of people that were like, I don't want to watch this NFL halftime show.
But does Roger Goodell give a shit? He doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm just telling you that you've got millions of people that just, like I said, you keep saying it, that he doesn't give a shit. And like I keep saying, quit watching that shit. Just stop. Just don't watch it.
America. It was America 250. It was pro-God. There's nothing wrong with any of this. I think this is just the market doing what the market does. And I've just never been so overwhelmed with people so grateful that we did something that they could get their family behind. And by the way, Geraldo, before you say that this act is all wholesome and good, you should translate some of his songs to English before you make that assumption. They're really raunchy songs. And there's a reason you can sing them in Spanish and not in English. The FCC would have come down on it.
Yeah, not last.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you translate these lyrics, it's pretty raunchy.
Yeah, that's gangster rap is what it is. Raunchy lyrics. But the Latin conservative Catholic culture? Those lyrics? Really?
Yeah, if an old Puerto Rico woman was watching that, would she be okay with that?
I guess so, because they were all celebrating in Puerto Rico. Although abuelitas are taking off their clothes. I don't know. Put it here, Bad Bunny. Put it here, Bad Bunny. What's going on in Puerto Rico? I don't know.
Night's version, though. But look, I get it. I mean, look, Kid Rock ain't exactly known as Sunday school material either, bro.
But that was a beautiful story, though. That you saw his start.
He definitely put together something different. I'm not coming at Bob. I'm just saying he did something different last night. So did Bad Bunny. I'll tell you one thing, though, Andrew. You're going to have competition next year. You're going to have competition because now that they know that there is money to be had in streaming as an alternative at the halftime, it's going to.
Chris Cuomo is such a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a douchebag. Can't stand Chris Cuomo.
Play the part where Geraldo Rivera says it's a love fest for Latinos and all that shit.
All right.
I think that was at the beginning.
Turning Point USA, with due respect, and I have great respect for Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk. I met a couple of times at the Hannity Green Room. Great guy. I supported, his image, his character when he was assailed shortly after the assassination. This is about being together. Bad Bunny is a terrific performer. He's number one in every chart all over the country, all over the world. You'll never have a dominant performance like this again. 135 million people to first go through. There'd be more people than watch the game for sure, Chris.
Look how happy Geraldo is. He's so happy that our pastime, our popular football halftime show pastime has been subverted. He's so happy about it.
Because he's Puerto Rican. He's not Mexican. He's not.
He's
Puerto Rican. So that's his people.
Well,
We're not his people.
Why does he live here?
Oh, hey, ooh. You got that. How about,
Why do you live here, Poppie?
Hey, Poppie.
So, Andrew, you guys had a record number of people also. And let's put the business stuff to the side. But what do you think people were responding to?
Yeah, and, I just want to quickly respond to what Geraldo said. With all due respect, I don't feel like we were trying to pick a fight at all. We weren't trying to sow division. There was a lot of people wanted a different alternative. We responded. There's no agenda. There was no hate. We weren't, coming after him. We just said, listen.
But wait. How come not for Snoop, not for Eminem, not for Dr. Dre, not for Usher, not for Rihanna, not for Maroon 5? Why?
Well, that's where you're wrong.
Why now?
Actually.
Why for Bad Bunny?
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, it was funny. We discovered this when we were putting this event together, Geraldo.
To give people options, to give people an alternative, to give people an American halftime show. That's why. He knows why.
Yeah, he knows why, but he's sticking with his people, not with me or you as American citizens. He's sticking with his Puerto Rican people. He's not an American.
All right, well, listen, old man, I got to go. We've gone on way too long, and I got stuff to do.
Okay.
I can't be watching Puerto Rican stuff with you all day. Okay, okay, abuelito papi. Cochi. Yeah, man, that's just...
It's a very hard accent for me to understand. I'm telling you, every time I talk to a guy from there, I can't understand him.
All right, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that alert button. Mark L, Chris Colomb, Jim Barta, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Boomer, other than Puerto Rican rambling, you got any last words?
Come to America. I want to come to America. Okay, Papi, subscribe, puppies.
Come on, a little more.
Titi, subscribe.
Come on, a little more.
Oh. Yeah, I want to come to America.
Yeah.
I'm a shark, baby.
You see why I'm friends with this guy? I said to this guy, let's do a podcast.
Yes. One time, long ago.
All right, man.
You came to me, Papi. Hello, Papi. How about we do a podcast?
Live free or die, multiply, God bless America, Christ is King, BVX.